Welcome back with a new math tutorial. In this video, we are talking about adding decimals. How can we add the decimals? Number one, we just remember how can we add the fraction. To add the fraction, we said before, they must have the same denominator. So in question number one, we need to add. We have 5 over 10 plus 1 over 100. Now look at the denominator. You will find that we have different denominators. So to add, you need to make a common denominator. If you remember in the previous lesson, we said to make equivalent fraction with denominator equals 100, just we need to add 1 0 up and 1 0 down. That means we multiply up by 10 and down by 10. So we have 5 over 10. With an easy way, we can make the denominator equals 100 just when we add 0 up and 0 down. Now we have 50 over 100. We need to add it to 1 over 100. As we said before, to add the fraction with the same denominator, just write the denominator without any change. Then add the numerator. So 50 plus 1 is equal to 51. If you need to write it as a decimal, just rewrite the numerator without any change. Because we have 2 zeros down, just count 2 digits and put the decimal point. So the answer now will be equals 0.51. Again in question number 2. You will find 2 over 10 plus 37 over 100. Now if we need to add, they have different denominators. So we need to make a common denominator. To write equivalent fraction, just we add 0 up and 0 down. Now we have 20 over 100 plus 37 over 100. Because they have the same denominator, just write the same denominator without any change. Now we need to add 0 plus 7 equals 7 and 2 plus 3 equals 5. So the answer now will be 57 over 100. To write it as a decimal, just write 57 without any change. Because we have 2 zeros down, just count after 2 digits from the right, then put the decimal point. So the answer now will be equals 0.57. In question number 3, we have 3 over 10 plus 65 over 100. Now we can't add them because they are different denominators. To make the same denominator, just we need to add 0 up and 0 down. That means you multiply up and down by 10. So now we have 30 over 100 plus 65 over 100. Because they have the same denominator, just write 100 down. Now you can add them. 0 and 5 equals 5. 3 and 6 equals to 9. So it will be 95 over 100. To write it as a decimal, just write 95. And because we have 2 zeros, just count 2 zeros from the right, then put the decimal point. So the answer will be 0.95. 7 over 10 plus 11 over 100. Now we have different denominators. Just we make the denominator equals 100 by multiplying by 10. So it will be 70 over 100 plus 11 over 100. Because they have the same denominator, just write the denominator down without any change. 0 and 1 equals 1. 7 and 1 equals 8. So it will be 81 over 100. To write it as a decimal, just write 81 without any change. Now we have 100, so count from the right 2 digits and then put the decimal point. So it will be 0.81. You will find the same in question number 5. 2 over 10 plus 42 over 100. They have different denominators. We can make the denominator equals 100 by multiplying by 10. So 20 over 100 plus 42 over 100. Now write 100 without any change. 42 plus 20. 0 and 2 equals 2. 2 and 4 equals 6. Now we can add them. So the answer will be 62, then put the decimal point after 2 places. 6 over 10 plus 19 over 100. They have different denominators. We can't add them until we multiply up and down by 10. Now they have the same denominator, so we just write it without any change. 0 and 9 equals 9. 6 and 1 equals 7. So we have 79 over 100. Just write 79. Then because we have 2 zeros, just count 1, 2, then put the decimal point. So it will be 0.79. And that's how can we add the fraction if they have different denominators.